The whole idea was to do an album of acoustic versions of hits that I've had over the years, stream of vocals, including my solo stuff. Okay. As we ventured down that path, it didn't feel like, I don't think we felt in the mood for it. It was more exciting to do a whole bunch of new songs.
Arno really is an artist. He's up for anything.
I like to go down the route of the alternative rock thing, and that's the basis of how I normally do all my albums. With this one, there was much more of a open-mindedness about it. This was very, very organic. I almost didn't know any of the musicians. It was quite a lovely experience meeting the musicians the same day as we would record different sections of it.
We use soul musicians, we use jazz musicians, we start making electronica, and there's a whole different thing starts happening.
It was a fresh, different approach to anything that I've done before.
I guess you could say that this is the album that we've all been waiting for Arno Carstens to make. Everything that he's done up till now has led him to be able to make this kind of album, which is a hybrid album. It's expansive, it's an inquiring album, and it's a real pleasure to listen to.
Lightning Prevails is a beautiful song that I wrote a couple of years ago that never fitted in with any of my other albums. It's about almost the never-ending process of creating art or music.
In these living days, I will cause no more problems. My contribution's done enough.
The older you get and the wiser you get, the thirst or the hunger to produce art or to do something new, but that doesn't, it doesn't subside.
No enemy of mine will face the truth. Distant bells are ringing, closer than what you're thinking. Lightning prevails. Lightning prevails.
Working with Marcus Wyatt, the trumpet player, and bass, these two guys are fantastic. They're so talented. And to have them in the room working together on that song and giving it a total, almost jazz vibe at the end, it totally just completed the song, I think. Lightning Prevails is probably the song that I love the most on the album, and it sort of encapsulates everything that we've done on the album. I had to do this TV interview to show the procedure of how to write a song and how you do it with a band.
In your everlasting quest to find a mountain you'd love to climb, the suckling friends in the bulldoze mind. Me on the other hand, I'm unkind. An opponent, an opponent.
Next morning I went in, had a small little piece of paper, I played it to the band, we were all sitting in a circle, and we wrote it right there.
'Cause one day I know you are gonna come around. Someone to rely on, someone to rely on.
I jumped up with some big band feeling to get that kind of background singing, the kind of soul gospel singing for background singers onto the album.
Someone to rely on this is, to me, amazing. It's a very different side of Arno.
Little Evil I wrote in London a couple of years ago. I had this idea to quickly write an album in 2 weeks, which I did. So I've had that song for a couple of years, and I've always believed in it, but I've always thought it should be with a girl.
You keep on telling me that I'm aloof, Lonely teenage years broke down my groove. If anybody here is a little evil dear, it's probably you.
You keep on breaking every rule there is.
Mari Sheen did an absolutely beautiful job on it.
If I'm still human,
You know, you
what
can hear
is
that
this?
she really got into the lyrics.
When it's over, it's over.
I think it's a very honest
What is broken
song
is broken.
about
Make no
relationships that I think we all go through every now and then.
Just a little evil.
And Andrei Skippers, who's a classical musician, but then he's also into electronica. And then Brendan O'Tim on the stand-up bass.
Just a little evil.
Just a little evil.
It's not an easy pop song, but it's a accessible kind of alternative pop song. Hold On was originally written by Isaac Hayes and performed by Sam and Dave. If you're going to do covers of songs, you should always do it better than the original, or you should do it totally different.
Don't you ever be sad, lean on me when times are bad. When the day comes and you're down and the river of trouble is about to drown.
From being a soul funk song, we turn it into almost a folk big band song.
'Cause I'm coming. Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Eventually it becomes very communal and everybody and the sync plays together.
Just hold on.
Just hold on.
Just hold on.
Just hold on.
'Cause I'm coming.
We were also playing with the idea of doing some covers of some other artists, and Dan said about how about we try Highway to Hell from AC/DC, and that was just a brilliant idea.
Living easy, living free. Season ticket on a one-way ride.
You just start singing and it just
Asking
comes out.
nothing.
It's a completely new melody
Leave me
line
be.
and it's Arno's.
Taking everything in my stride. I'm on a highway to hell.
The one outstanding aspect of this new album is Arno's voice. I think for all of us who've heard his voice over, more than a decade really,
I'm on a highway.
something that we recognize but we don't quite recognize.
I'm on a highway to hell. Hey mama, ooh, look at me. I'm on my way to the promised land.
It's still very much the spirit of the song. It gets the same dark kind of quality.
Highway to hell. I'm on a highway to hell. I'm on a highway to hell. I'm on a highway to hell.
Good Morning Sunshine was part of those songs that I wrote in London, sort of based in a little bit of Johnny Cash.
Good morning, sunshine. Wipe the tears from your face. Well, I would love to hear you whisper words devoid of fear. Write it in neon, write it on the wall. and just keep on smiling.
Too late in the day for us to start crying.
I got the lovely Laurie Levine, who's got a unique voice, to do this song with me.
And just keep on smiling.
Come in or come out.
It's really a treat for us to hear Arno singing alongside female voices.
It's that pain of knowing that you're going insane. Too late in the day, too late anyway.
The instruments we use on Good Morning Sunshine is a Horizon-born lap steel guitar.
We got Says Adamson. His slide work is just so beautiful, the intonation and everything. So it's essentially him, Arno plucking on a guitar, and Laurie and Arno singing.
It's a cutthroat, here we go, no game they play. Well, it's the buzzing of the city and the scuffling ain't pretty. It's that high rise, no low price for living. It's a pocket full of bills, game that we're losing for sure.
When live musicians play together, you get those emotional distortions that create warm and splendidly original
Well, it's
music.
that pain of knowing that you're going. Too late in the day, too late anyway. Just write it in neon, write it on the walls, and just keep on smiling.
Wake Up, I wrote in Mossel Bay many years ago, just the first piece of it, first verse. I played it to Dan and I said, man, this song, I've always believed in it, I haven't forgotten it because I think there's something here.
You boarded a boat to the other side without saying goodbye, without a reason to drive. And if I follow you home, I will never know until it's too late.
The gears I could just see them meshing, and Arno the artist had something that excited him and had the bit between his teeth, and it took off.
Boarded a boat to the other side without
There's
saying goodbye.
bits of invention, bits of interesting quirks, but it's very human. You can see the brush stroke in it.
You will never know until it's too late. I close my eyes and hope she'll wake up. I close my eyes and hope she'll stay another day.
Wake Up is about a crossing,
Mercy, mercy, my soul,
things
wake
changing, making peace with
up to the sound
the hand
of
you've been dealt,
carrying
seeing the light on the other side of the tunnel. Evidence I wrote in Spain, and it also didn't make the album, so it totally made sense to do it here.
I've just used that raw guitar to start it with. That's
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
Come collect what's yours, there's so little left to break. I took a little time, but I'm confident that I made a few mistakes. A family of broken glass, a writer forgets his past. Relationship that blows, an accidental probe.
We had this little theory that every instrument should push air. You know, if it made a sound, it had to have a mic in front of it that could capture it.
So I was messing about with the song, and I had this old electric guitar playing, and it really sounded amazing.
we recorded it acoustically, so it has this very raw sound. It doesn't have the lush fullness of an acoustic guitar, but it had this rawness that just kind of kicked into something that we found quite fun to do.
You really get that gritty sound of a semi-electric acoustic guitar.
But I'm here for you. You are my evidence. You're my evidence. And I'm guilty for it.
Bringing in the background singers on it just made it massive. I tried to capture the rawness of that song by not messing about with the mixes too much. When I was writing Slum, I was in London and the song came out. There was, I think it was produced by Brian Eno. It had this massive big opening, and so that influenced the opening also of Slum.
There was blood on the street. You came to meet a man. 5 after sun, someone with you and a gun. No retreat, no defeat in the slum. No retreat, no defeat for anyone.
I like to juxtaposition things constantly. In that way you give things interesting meaning, and you just tickle the fancy of the listeners.
Slum could, in another life, could almost be disco, except lyrically, it's about something entirely different.
Put it in the head, someone is dead. Put it in the head, someone you met. Blood on the street, you make amends. Blood on the street, walk on. Walk on, from the slum. Slum. Walk on, walk on. Slum.
The thing with Bubblegum in My Boots, when we recorded it 20 years ago, it was always about the sounds. It wasn't really about the lyrical content. I would have a chorus line, and the rest of the verses I will make up on the spot.
The words were just stream of consciousness, but they struck a different resonance at this time of his life. So we rearranged it with just Arno.
Perfect skies are blue and strange. Just to think of what is being arranged.
We played it once with an acoustic guitar, played it through, and we sent those tapes to Spain, and Timon did the orchestral arrangement for that, which is quite beautiful.
Standing here day by day, all I want to say, all I've got to say is I think I know what's wrong with me now.
There's a nostalgia in the chorus. As we've grown older now, the fans of the new Beatles have also grown older with me, or become more mature, and I think you get this nostalgic vibe.
Bubblegum, on my boots today.
was interesting because what we would do is send him the raw vocal and acoustic guitar, and he will then lay over all these beautiful strings and stuff. And the guy was a total genius.
It's a musical terrain where you feel that Arno is adventurous, unafraid to explore different sounds, recreates the songs that he's written in a way that's quite riveting.
Do I think the old Springbok Nukel fans will be disappointed in the remake of Bubble on My Boots? Well, yeah, you will always have the rock purists and stuff like that, and you'll have a lot of new people that will actually, for the first time, hear the song and hear the lyrical content of it, and they'll think it's, hopefully they'll think it's amazing. So I'm prepared to lose some and to make some new fans. Another Universe, probably my biggest song I've had in my solo career.
I'd just been to Johnny Clegg's 60th birthday party and he played on a mouth bow. Johnny literally makes this in front of you.
It was amazing sitting there watching him make the instrument and then sort of tuning it and then playing it.
He then starts playing this eerily primitive but very spacey music. And that just took Universe to another place.
Let's take the final bow. Let's make the silent sign. Nobody needs to know where we off to. We're invisible alive, we're the whispers in the screen. We're not living in the West, and we're not coming from the East.
Putting it on the album now, I think it's a fitting celebration of a great song that I'm very proud of.
I'm gonna slit the throat of the Holy Ghost, ceremony to the UFO, and SMS and where we wanna go. From a galaxy of blues to a universe we choose, and no more crying and just maybe somebody to hold, somebody to hold.
The whole album has the feel of opening up and allowing new influences, new musicians, new voices into his space. And the result is something that's very, very special.
It is venturing into discovering a new way of doing just music and how I understand it.